Hey everybody, it's Mike. How you doing? I'm back and I'm ready to do some more of this Hare Krishna stuff. And listen, I want to tell you, internet, we're having some problem, internet stuff. So if something happens, I apologize. Um, but it's great that you guys are here. Let's see, we got fake human. Hey, fake, fake human. How you doing, man? Good to see you here. Uh, Yeah, no, ixnay, ixnay on that. Ixnay, no good rice. Okay, you gotta with the good rice. Uh, hey, Cookie Falcon, I see you got a big thing. Let me get right to the opening. I'll be right back with this, with everything going on. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hello.
All right. Hey, I just love that wheel. That wheel of idiot is wonderful. I hope we can get to that wheel of idiot today. Um, so hey, welcome everybody. Glad you're all here. We got Cookie. What happened with Cookie? Cookie Falcon. How you doing? So I visited my local cult recently. It is normal for the is is it normal for the temple presidents to marry people who look significantly younger than them and also mispronounce things so bad they butchered the slokas? Um, is it normal for temple presidents to marry people who look significantly younger than them? Well, yeah, it's a pedophile cult, so yeah, they're gonna be there's gonna be age. Totally, it's a pedophile cult. What can I say? And which mispronounced things so bad they butchered the slogans. Yeah, well, because they have inexperienced people doing everything. So it's like you don't have to, you don't have to be experienced to know anything to sit on that little chair and give a lecture. And you wouldn't believe some of the people that I've sat and I sat and it was like this guy like been in the movement for like 3 weeks or something, and he's sitting there like he's giving a lecture. I was like, what the? Um, Also, is it normal in what? Is it also is it normal in H? I don't know. Hello, hey, how you doing? What is this? Is HK for them to be so testimonial based? Every session begins with how does Krishna's sweetness feel to you? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know. Every now and then, like a Prabhupada's appearance day or Prabhupada's appearance day, they might go around and say, "Hey, everybody's going to offer up a prayer to, what do you want to say to Prabhupada?" I had him pull that on me. I had him pull that on me a couple times, but not. I don't know anything about testimonial based. Every session begins with how does Krishna's. I don't know if I know what you. I'm familiar with what you're speaking about. Hey, voice down under, how you doing? Good to see you, and it's great that you're here. um, Fake human is on the phone with Hot Lips. I hope we can get to Hot Lips. I think we're going to get to Hot Lips in a little bit. And where's that great intro? Thanks a lot, man. You guys are all you're an inspiration to me because you've been doing this longer than I have. So I just want to give you a shot. Everybody should check out Voice Down Under. She's anti-cult Scientology and anti-cult stuff. So it's Really good stuff. Um, so right now I'm going to start off with Knitting Cult Lady, and she's got a good one, and I'll talk about it after she's done. Oh, I listen. My computer's acting up, so if something happens, internet, my computer. I didn't want to delay the show. But it is like my setup and everything is kind of wacky, so I apologize for that. Uh, but here we go. Knitting Cult Lady.
Oceans with Daniela. We are reading from Daniela's book, The Culting of America. I'm picking for today. Why do cults always have comics? Oh, the Mormons were so great to give me a polygamy cartoon just in time for this one. The combination of words and pictures is a powerful tool for propaganda because it engages both the rational and emotional parts of the brain, reinforcing messages more effectively than words or images alone. Images evoke immediate emotional responses, such as fear, anger, pride, or empathy, before the viewer even processes the words. The human brain can identify images seen for as little as 13 milliseconds, faster than a blink. And when both visual and verbal channels in the brain are activated simultaneously, a phenomenon called dual coding, our understanding, engagement, and recall increase. Paired with loaded language, these emotions can be directed toward a specific narrative or agenda. A single phrase may not leave a lasting impression, but when reinforced by a striking image, the message becomes more memorable. Repeated exposure strengthens.
Okay, so I just wanted to play that one little part because while there are comics it's not. I did see a lot of comic books and comics in the gift shop, but what struck my mind is when she's talking about the imagery and the loaded language combined together. And if you've ever been out distributing books or you had been around book distributors, you know what they do and how they get people. The main pitch, everything. You know, once they break the ice and they're like, "Hey, I got this book," and they immediately open the book to the pictures. They immediately open the book to the pictures and they go, "We're not this body. Look, we're a spirit soul," and they show them. See, the spirit is going through the bodies. He's baby, then he's this, and then he gets older and he dies. You see how the senses are holding the reins. The mind is holding the reins, and the horses are the senses, and the soul is sitting next to him. And then they give the verse. Well, Krishna says da 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 da, and then they show the picture of how the I forget. I forget whether the mind with the naked. I forget all the imagery that's in there now, all these years later. But there's all these pictures with a verse, and the verse will be right there. Oh, look, the body's changing. Krishna says the soul never dies; it just changes by whatever. It's immortal, eternally changing bodies. And then they switch to another picture. Look, the Krishna says, and look, there's the devotee, and he's flying through space. He's going to Goloka, he's going through earth, fire, water, air, ether, whatever. And they get that imagery into the person's head with the loaded language. Boom, they sell books, and it's exactly what she's talking about. Cheers, mate. Been a bit quiet lately in regards to lives and interviews, as my bloody computer is. Yeah, I know how I know how it is. I'm having computer issues too. I'm really kind of upset with Apple and this computer that I have. I'm not happy with them. Let me see. Cookie, what does it say? Okay, yeah. Well, let me get back to what is this? Our group sat down and literally was like, guys, how does Krishna's sweetness in kirtan feel to you? It was a 20-minute thing with people being like, okay, well, was this at the temple or was this like an istagosti? Because I've been to these istagostis where it's like this, it's like this. Everybody opens up and starts like sharing stuff, and I was not into that. It's like I'm not. I'm not. This is not from. Are you talking about that, or is this like a temple, like a lecture at a temple, and they're going around and asking people about kirtan. I don't know. It seems, or is this the Bhakti Lounge? Is this like the Kirtan Lounge or the Bhakti Lounge? I mean, what kind of setting is this? This sounds a little. This sounds maybe a little bit more intimate than like in an open temple room. I don't know. This is weird. I've never heard of this. I've never. This is not normal for me. This is not normal that I know. I'm familiar with. Wow, so interesting to learn how cults hook people's minds. Yeah, and she's talking about the comic books and how they use the comics in the same way. And Prabhupada definitely he wanted these paintings. He wanted Jadharani to paint. He told him what to paint. He told her what to paint. I want the soul going through the different bodies, the changing bodies, and I want a picture of the tiger eating the meat and the man eating the whatever. He had all these specific pictures in the books depicting certain verses. And he wanted that. He knew exactly what he wanted and how he wanted to present that, just exactly how she's saying. Your computer won't even switch on. So you're on your phone? You're doing this on a phone? That's determination. Yeah, that's that's good. Uh, this is at the temple. Well, I guess I don't. That's not normal. That's not normal. I've never heard that type of thing. I don't know the other term at all. We call it the Krishna house. I'm not really sure. I'm not that deep with them. Okay, sounds like it. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like that's not a normal thing at a normal temple. I mean, um, like with like the normal, like a regular temple program where you have Mangal Artik and then Tulsi Puja and then Japa and then uh, Guru Puja, Prabhupada, and then uh, greeting the deities and or whatever, all that, and then class, and then and then Bhagavatam class. There's no like, hey, we're all gonna go around and we're all gonna share how we. No, I've never seen anything like that. I don't know whose idea that is. I guess maybe who's ever running the temple. Um, uh, Also, fun fact: the entire little Krishna animation series. Yeah, they do have those, and those were big. So I guess that kind of goes with what she's talking about. Yeah, they made like there's a Lord Rama one that my daughter was watching when she was little. There was a Lord Rama cartoon, a Krishna cartoons that she watched when she was little. I didn't even I forgot all about those. Yeah, the animation series, all those animation cartoons. Um, you do everything on your phone. That's determination. That's absolutely. Um, that's determination. Um, yeah, they mentioned all this. Maybe they are more informal because it has the That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're doing their own thing. Like we're gonna do our. It's not like L.A. Temple. They don't do that. If you go to the L.A. Temple, they don't they don't sit around and say, "Hey, we're all gonna share how." No, they don't do. They don't do that. Um, so I've been wanting to do this thing about love and marriage. Well, there is no love. There's no love in the Hare Krishna movement. There is no love. Nobody loves anything or anyone except Krishna. You don't love, you love Krishna and you love serving him, your service. And most people don't even love their service. But they're doing it because they think that this, is going to get them to that 11-year, that Goloka Vrindavan. Little do they know that it's an 11-year-old girl and to have sex with. But anyway, there's no love. You don't love your wife. You don't date. If a guy wants to have sex, I mean, this is supposedly how it goes. If a guy wants to have sex, he's in the ashram, then he goes to the temple president and he says, "Hey, I want to get married." And the temple president says, "Okay, let me see if I can find you a 12 or 13-year-old. How young do you want them?" whatever's available, basically, whatever they can find, and then they hook them up, and then and that's it. And then sex is really only for children. So you got guys that are only getting married because they just want to have sex. They don't want to have a family and a wife and all of that. I mean, everybody's different. I can't say 100%, but seriously, they're in this spiritual movement. The books are telling them, no, don't have sex, don't get involved with women, avoid women, don't have anything to do with women. So these guys are in the ashram, they're reading that all day, and they're in their orange, and they're not around women, and they're doing all their service, they're doing all this stuff, and yet, lo and behold, they want to have sex. So they go, well, I want to get married. Or maybe they meet a girl or something somehow, I don't know. And they want to, so then they figure, okay, I want to have sex. They want to get married. There's no like dating or anything like that. This is a cult. There's no dating. So let's see so what happened was I was looking at this Reddit entry on the Hare Krishna page. And I said, oh my God, this is so messed up. I feel so bad for this person. And then someone posted it in the ex Hare Krishna page, and I'm just gonna I gotta say something. Okay, this is how this cult destroys people's lives. Perfect example how this cult destroys people's lives. He says, I think it's. Okay, it says, Hare Krishna, I began my journey in Krishna consciousness only a few months ago. Since then, I've been trying sincerely to stay away from certain talks because I was afraid they would distract me. They already got her brainwashed. My partner isn't a devotee, but he has been very supportive of my choice. Okay, well, that's a recipe for disaster right there. I mean, I can tell you right now, this ain't going nowhere. This is a disaster. She's already brainwashed. She's like, I'm trying to stay away from certain topics, and blah, blah, blah. It's only been a couple of months, and her partner's not into it. Her partner does not know what's going on. My partner is not a devotee, but he has been very supportive of my choice because he doesn't know what he's in for. He has no idea what he's in for. Recently, though, one thing led to another, and for a few days, we ended up talking in ways that crossed into sensual territory. Since then, I felt a dip in my connection with Krishna. How does she feel a dip in her connection with Krishna? There is no connection with Krishna because there is no Krishna. This is the delusion. This is the brainwashing. She's only a few months in, and she's already thinking that, oh, I talked to my partner about something sexy or sexual, and now I'm like, this is insanity. And I'm telling you, this is how fast this shit can happen. It says, at the same time, completely avoiding intimacy has been very tough. Well, yeah, because you're not into that. I mean, this is going nowhere. They're telling you not to have sex with anybody and to avoid intimacy, and he's like, hey, what happened? What's going on? I've generally tried everything to control my thoughts, but the frustration keeps building inside. 2 months in, already, she's supposed to be chanting and being happy, and she's already saying, frustration is building inside of me. And it's causing problems in her relationship with her partner or his partner. I don't know what it sounds. I don't know if it's a gay relationship or a heterosexual relationship. I really don't. I shouldn't assume, but I love my partner very much, but I also don't want to lose Krishna. This is the delusion. This is the delusion of this person. They already got her brainwashed that that you can't love your partner and love Krishna at the same time. She says, I feel stuck. Part of me wonders, is there another way to look at this? Maybe intimacy can also be seen as deepening our bond, not just lust. They already got her brainwashed that it's just lust. There is no love. You don't love your partner, you're just lusting after him. Or am I just trying to justify my weakness? There's no weakness. You're just being you. You're being a normal person in a normal relationship. Before these Krishna freaks came along, there was no problem. There was no frustration building up inside. You weren't trying to hide talks. You weren't trying to avoid intimacy. You weren't doing any of that. You got brainwashed, and now your whole freaking world is falling apart. You're frustrated and all of these things. He says, I feel so sorry for this person. I want to take this person aside and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're letting these Krishna freaks ruin your relationship, ruin everything. Hey, Dahlia, how you doing, man? I'm so freaked out. People can be people can be brainwashed in as little as a couple of days. I know. It's this is I read this and I wanted to talk about it on here, but I didn't. But I got this video from Rafal that I want to show, and it's about lust and marriage. And then I see this, and I didn't do it. And then this gets posted to and I see it again, and I'm like, man, this is. I'm feeling really confused. You weren't confused before you met these freaks. Now you're freaking. They told you just chant and be happy. You just chant and be happy, and now you're confused. You're frustrated. You're having I know you're having problems with your boyfriend, with your partner. You're having problems with your partner. You're having problems with your partner. You're confused. All of these things, man, all because you met these friggin' Hare Krishna freaks and their goddamn books. And now what? Now he's like, well, I don't know what happened to my girlfriend, man. Everything was good until she met these Hare Krishnas, and now she's into this weird thing with these beads and these shaved heads, and I don't know. Now she doesn't want anything to do with me. She says, how do I find a healthy middle ground where I don't lose my devotion, but also don't push away my relationship? You can't. I'm sorry to tell you, but you can't. You got to pick your partner or pick this cult. He's either going to join with you and you're both going to be Hare Krishna freaks, or that's it. Because you can't join this and your boyfriend doesn't. It doesn't work that way. I mean, there's a chance that he could say, hey, you want to be, but unless you're breaking the vows, what, you're never going to have sex with him? You're never going to eat in a restaurant with him? You're never going to go out to a movie with him? You're never going to go to a New Year's Eve party with him? You're not going to celebrate Christmas or New Year? What are you going to do with this guy? When you're spending all your day, every day, all your day, pushing a shopping cart of goddamn books around a Costco parking lot. He ain't going to do that. The fuck is wrong with you? I'm feeling really confused. Yeah, I bet you are. You should be saying, what the fuck am I doing with these people? They came into my life and I'm frustrated, confused. My boyfriend wants to leave me. No. It's a friggin' cult. She's already brainwashed. She's afraid of losing Krishna already. She doesn't even know what Krishna is. She doesn't even know if Prabhupada is Prabhupada. She doesn't know anything. All she knows is that she don't want to have sex with her boyfriend no more because these freaks are telling her you can't do that. fucking freaks are ruining we're watching a relationship crumble in real time because of these fucking freaks. This person was in a happy relationship, in a totally happy relationship with her thing, no problem. I mean, I don't know what problems they may have had. Maybe they were having problems. I don't know. But she didn't say that. She didn't say, well, I was having problems with my boyfriend and I found out Hare Krishnas and now I'm happy and I just want to get away from him. No, it sounds like everything was fine. And then I began my journey in Krishna consciousness, and now I'm frustrated and confused and I'm hurt and my boyfriend and this and that and this and that. And he probably feels the same way. Like, what happened to my girlfriend, man? We used to go to the movies. We used to sit up and talk about bullshit. She don't want to talk about nothing but Krishna now. Spending all her time at the temple or whatever. Trying to talk me into it. I told her I don't want to do it. I told her I'd support her because I'm not going to do it, but I told her, hey, you do what you want to do. I'm all supportive. He's trying to like, hey, thinking this is a normal situation, like as if it was embroidery or she was taking up tennis. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's in for. She don't know what she's in for. And she's 2 months in and she's already thinking like this. She's done. He might as well just pack it up and go. Retards are us mental, and I feel bad because I feel bad for both of them. She's ruining her life. She's fucking up his happiness or whatever he had with her because of these fucking freaks and their bullshit gurus and their bullshit pedophilia. She doesn't even know about that yet. She doesn't even know about the 11-year-old girl and that she's not going back to God. Hey, sorry, lady, you're not going back to Godhead. You got to take birth as a man first. And then you become a pedophile, and then you can go get your 11-year-old body. She doesn't even know about that yet. Two months in, she even finished reading Bhagavad Gita? Did she even read Bhagavad Gita? Has she read anything? How much can you read? How much can you read in 2 months? I don't know. I mean, if you're a reader and you want to read, yeah, you can read a lot in 2 months. But she's in a relationship. She got a job. I don't know if she got a job or a relationship. How much of the Chaitanya Charitamrita has she read? How much of the Bhagavatam has she read? Has she read the teachings of Lord Chaitanya? Has she read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? I mean, I don't know. Has she read this stuff? Has she watched Prabhupada's lectures? Has she read the Veda base? Does she know what he says about Negroes? Does she know what he says about child marriage? Probably not. I would say no. I'd say she doesn't know any of that stuff. 2 months in, she doesn't know jack. But they already fucking up her relationship with her boyfriend. They can do that in 2 months. They can do that in 2 months. She's already freaking out. She's frustrated and confused. And she was supposed to be happy. I thought I was supposed to be happy chanting this bullshit. Hey, you got me frustrated, confused. I'm having anxiety. I don't know if I'm going to be in a relationship. Do I have to choose? Choose my boyfriend. Now I got to choose my boyfriend or Krishna. She's listening to these freaks telling her this stuff. This is what they're telling her. This is the kind of bullshit they're telling her.
In our last talk, we saw how lust is the greatest enemy of devotion, not just physical, but also mental and emotional. We discussed practical ways to fight it, avoiding lust triggers, controlling senses.
They don't say love. They don't say falling in love with a woman and having a relationship with her, loving, caring, mutual love and respect. The joy of marriage, the joy of growing old together, the joy of having shared experiences that you can, that you can remember and think fondly of, and things that you can do together, enjoy things together as a husband and a wife or a family member. No, it's just lust. It's lust and it's attachment and it's wrong and it ruins your devotional life. That's what they're saying.
Being engaged in Lord Krishna's service, and most importantly, never giving up. Failure doesn't disqualify us, only giving up does. If we keep turning to Krishna, he will surely help us overcome. Now let's continue this journey. In this
So he wanted to make sure he put in there that if you do fall down and you have sex with your disciple, or you have sex, your guru runs off with a little girl, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You didn't fail. Just keep going. Just keep at it.
this video, we will look at the other common questions devotees often ask about sex, lust, and marriage. These are sensitive but very real struggles.
There you go again. Sex, lust, and marriage. There's no love. They don't talk about love. In fact, this video is called Lust versus Devotion versus Marriage. There's no love. They don't believe in love. There's no love in this cult. Why isn't he talking about love? Why isn't this like love versus devotion, or love in marriage versus devotion, or how to love in the Krishna, how to love your wife in the Krishna, how to love your wife and not smack her around in the Krishna consciousness movement. You know, they won't even acknowledge love, that love even exists. Love's not even part of the equate. Like, why? It's just lust and marriage. You go from lusting after someone, and then you marry them, and then you use them, and then you throw them away. Because you wouldn't do that if you loved someone. If you love someone, you wouldn't just use them, throw them away. But a woman, you gotta be kidding me. You lust after a woman, you just lust after sex, and then you have sex, you use her for your sex enjoyment, your marriage, and then you just toss her to the side. You got better things to do. I got better things to do. I got to meditate.
Struggles on the path of bhakti, and together we will try to understand them through scriptures, practical wisdom, and Krishna's guidance. Now let's see, the third question is, even though I know the body smells bad and is full of impurities, why am I still attracted to sex? This body...
There you go. That's what they think. Well, that's what they want you to think that they think. The body is stinky and smelly and full of stool and urine and smells bad and all of these things. Well, you know what? Indra Yumna Swami doesn't seem to matter, because whenever he can get a little girl on his lap and get his hands all over, he's right there. He's got all kinds of women dancing around him. He got women up the yin yang. He's not saying, oh, get these stinky, smelly bodies full of pus and urine and stool. He's not doing that. He's like, I want all my women around me. I need more women, and little girls too. Don't forget the little girls. And he's a Swami. That's why I say this is all a bunch of bullshit and hypocrisy. When they want to sit down and give you philosophy, they're going to tell you all this bullshit. But then when you turn around and you watch what they're doing, you're like, well, why has this Swami got all these women running around, putting little girls on his lap and rubbing all over him, walking around with girls and little girls, and that's not normal. That's just, especially for a Swami. Okay, let's just say if that was just an ordinary guy, that'd be pretty. People would be like, you know, who's that? Who's that guy? Like Brad Pitt doesn't even do that. Brad Pitt, George Clooney, they don't walk around with an entourage and like a dozen women behind them holding hands with little girls walking around everywhere they go. But this Swami does. and they're gonna turn around and give you a load of shit about, what does he say? Why am I attracted when the body?
And is full of impurities. Why am I still attracted to sex? This body is a bag of bones, flesh, and filth. The Vedas confirm it. The Bhagavatam says, this body is made of skin, bones, blood, mucus, stool, urine, and bile, is not worthy of attachment. The Upanishads and great sages.
It's not worthy of attachment. Why get attached to your wife? Why should you care if you smack her around a little bit? Why should you care? Why should you care about her at all? I mean, you can have sex with her. That you can have sex with her, but falling in love with her? Come on, that's pushing it. It's ridiculous. What are you saying? Hubbard read some of these books. He was reading these books way before Prabhupada wrote his books. But Hubbard was definitely into. I mean, that's where he got his Xenu and flying between planets and putting souls in. That's where he got it all from. He got it from the Mahabharata and all these stories, all these Hindu stories. It's exactly where he got it from. Space travel, DC-3s, except he used DC-3s instead of the Vimanas or whatever they call them, the flower airplanes. He just said, hey, it's DC-3s. There's no flower airplanes. They're DC-3s. And all the souls traveling from planet to the spiritual to the spiritual world, all the souls, and he's like, Xenu can. He figured it. He wrote his own Mahabharata.
The same truth. It's just a temporary machine, yet people decorate it, worship it, kiss it, and lust after it as if it's divine.
So again, he says, "Hey, how you doing, Eliana? Good to see you here." So there again, I'm gonna play it back again because this is the gist of the whole thing.
After it as if it's divine.
Here, wait.
Machine, yet people decorate it, worship it, kiss it, and lust after it as if it's divine.
So he says people dress it, worship it, and lust after it, the body, and lust after it. He doesn't say he doesn't say people fall in love. He doesn't. They avoid the idea that a man and a woman can fall in love. There is no love. It's just lust. What you think is love is lust. And he even says, real love is love of Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Real love is loving Krishna. Real love exists in the spiritual world. The material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So real love is happening in the spiritual world, and lust is happening here. There's no love. Like a man and a woman don't love each other, or partners don't love each other. They just lust. It's just lust. Is there a passage or somewhere I can read about that? Well, the scriptures are all full of all kinds of space travel. I mean, there's all kinds of space travel with in the disciplic succession. There's Narada. He travels through the planets, chanting from planet to planet, traveling throughout all the planets throughout space. There's in the Bhagavatam. There's a description of there's a description of the universe. Even in the Bhagavad, I think in the Bhagavad Gita. Don't read these books, though. You don't want to read these books. In the Bhagavad Gita, there's a description of how the spiritual world is three-fourths of the creation, and this material universe is just 1/4 of the creation. And the material world is dark, and the spiritual world is light. There's all these planets. There's 330 million planets, 330 million planets in the material universe. There's unlimited planets in the spiritual universe. each with their own God, incarnation of Krishna, except Lord Chaitanya does not have his own planet. Lord Chaitanya splits Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna's pastimes are happening on half, and Chaitanya's pastimes are happening on the other half. Other than that, there's all these planets. And then there's a description of how the material universe is situated with Mount Semeru, and all the planets are going around. I mean, everything, all of these stories are there. All these stories are there. And Hubbard got a hold of that, and he read some of these stories, and he just made up his own stuff. Yeah, he absolutely. Oh, wait, here we go. My name coming up. Today's name brought to you by Jai Shri 1008 Mahavadut Maha Madhu Ramachandra Krishna Rani Acharya Vishnu Swami Bhakti Srila Makunda Mahaguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Yes, absolutely. Bless you, my child. That was funny. Okay. You should have put a little guitar. You need like a planet and a guitar and a planet. But yeah, he's traveling, playing his Stratocaster, his Stratoferus caster, his Stratocaster.
When you are beginning to see through this real vision, you will taste the bitterness of truth. That's also Krishna's mercy, pulling back the illusion curtain.
So that's what she's going through. She's feeling that bitterness of having the curtain pulled back and realizing that there is no love. It's just lust. And she doesn't want anything to do with her. There's this husband of hers who she's thinking, he's just lusting after me. I don't really love him anyway, and he doesn't really love me. And I just want to love Krishna. And now I am frustrated and confused. She doesn't know what she's gonna do, all because of these freaks filled her head with this bullshit, and it pisses me off. And it pisses me off. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for this guy. I feel bad for her family, because her family has to deal with this shit now. Not just her boyfriend, but her mom and dad and her siblings or whatever. Oh, it is just... People really heard long name equals greatness, and remember, hey, my long name. Don't say anything about my name. My name. There we go. Jai Jai Shri Shri 1008 Maha Avarut Maha Madhu Ramachandra Krishna Rani Acharya Vishnu Swami Bhakti Srila Makunda Mahaguru Maharaj. That's so much better than just Gora Hari Das, isn't it? That's what they do. Yeah, it's what they do. They just rip people. They just break up families, ruin relationships, destroy great things that someone has going on. Next thing, they're going to tell her that she doesn't need to go to work and that she needs to just join the temple and start selling books out of a shopping cart in Costco parking lot. And then the next thing you're going to know is you're going to see her in kind of like this Radharani in LA. She's going to be at the Hollywood Bowl selling books for the rest of her life. And her boyfriend is going to move on and find a woman that loves him and he loves her, and they're going to get married and they're going to have kids and have a great life, and he's going to forget all about this crazy woman that he was in a relationship with and joined it's going to be a story for him. He's going to go, yeah, you had this girlfriend once and everything was going great and she joined the Hare Krishnas and that was it. And that's going to be his story. And her story is going to be, oh, I was so fortunate. I was in a relationship, but then Krishna revealed everything to me, and I realized that he was just lusting after me, and I was my real eternal spirit soul. I'm a spirit soul, and my eternal position is to be a maidservant of Radharani, and I just want to chant, and I just want to sell Prabhupada's books. And my guru, Devamrita Swami, said that my name now is John Magamagay, or what, I don't know what the fuck. And that's going to be her story. And that's going to be her story. Unless she has some kind of epiphany and she wakes up and goes, what the fuck was I doing? That's going to be the story. Man, he's going to go, she's going to join the Hare Krishnas. He's going to go look for some good, he's going to go look for some good rice. He's like, I ain't staying here with your funky ass rice. I'm gonna I'm gonna get on and go find me a nice one with some good rice, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. Never stay in ISKCON, Ritvikism, Gaudiya cults. She could still worship Krishna without joining a cult. I know, she has no clue. She has no clue what she's gotten into. Yeah, I mean, you can worship and do it just like anything else. It doesn't have. It's like a hobby. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. You can go and have kirtan if you want. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you would, but you can if that's your thing and it makes you happy. You don't have to join a cult to do it. You don't have to join a cult to. You don't even have to join a cult to do what this guy's doing. He's worshiping the statue. It's giving him happiness. Fine. He doesn't have to follow all these rules and look at a woman and go, ah, she's an ugly bag of bones and stool. And you don't have to think like that. There's no prerequisite for this stuff. This is so funny. He's going to go get him some good rice from Madhavi Devi. And he's like, I don't need you. You go on and you go chant and worship your guru. I'm getting some good fucking rice. He's looking for some wild, good rice. It is. He's gonna go to Madhavi. He's gonna go beg some rice from Madhavi Devi, and he's not gonna care. He's not gonna care. He doesn't care what Chaitanya says. He's gonna beg some rice. That's.
Let's see the two dangerous traps of the lust, the tongue and sexual organs. Srila Rupa Goswami warns that the tongue and the genitals are the most difficult to control. Both organs crave pleasure. Both lead to bondage if uncontrolled.
Oh, pleasure. Can't have any pleasure now, because you know what that does. That's going to lead to bondage. I don't know, that good rice, man. That good rice, man. That is so funny. That is friggin' hilarious. I can't even believe that's in Prabhupada's book about the good about the good rice, man. That is one hell of a story, man.
Kissing, licking, and sexual indulgence are basic animal instincts. But in human society, they're dressed up as romantic to hide the truth.
See, it's just lust. What animals do. Animals, you don't fall in love with a woman and have a relationship, meaningful relationship where you share life, you share your experiences, you share your emotions, you get happy, you get sad, you're there for each other in good times, you're there for each other in bad times. Where like something happened, you're there, you have a companion, you have someone that feels for you, that you can emotionally, and all of these things. That is love, that is contained in the idea of a loving, a warm, loving, nurturing relationship. They can't understand that. They don't want to understand it. It's just lust. Like, it's just pure lust. Like two animals in the jungle that don't have any, they just come together and then they just mate and then they leave. And they're like, oh no, it's not really romance. See, it's the illusion of, he's saying, it's the illusion of romance. It's none of those things that Mike says it is. It's just lust, like two animals. So they show the animals and then they show the humans, and they're like, there's no difference between the lion licking the other lion's face and this guy.
You should see through this lie and realize
you should see through this lie. This is what they're filling her head with. You don't love this guy. It's just animalistic. It's just like two animals, like two lions or two. But actually, lions actually have, they pair up. There's a husband and a wife in the lion. There's a lion and the lioness, and they have children. And he protects her, and she serves him, or whatever. However it goes in the animal thing, they have. Not all animals do that, but lions do. Yeah, you got to be careful with that good rice, man. See, that's what happens. You end up with some good rice. That's how guys got caught cheating. They'd have some of that good rice on their kurta or something, and then they go home, and then the wife is like, where'd you get that good? Where'd you get that good rice? And he's like, oh, it wasn't it wasn't Madhavi Devi. It definitely wasn't her. I didn't. Not Madhavi Devi. No, I didn't go to her. And he's like, I don't know, Haridas. I think you've been begging at Madhavi Devi. No. I was not begging Madhavi Devi for any good rice. This is that cheap rice. This is the good stuff. This is the cheap stuff. No, I know good rice when I see good rice. So.
It isn't sacred, it's temporary, disgusting, and hollow.
It's temporary, disgusting, and hollow. Temporary, disgusting, and hollow. It's not romance at all. It's not love or
Romantic to hide the truth. You should see through this lie and realize this isn't sacred, it's temporary, disgusting, and hollow.
Temporary, disgusting, and hollow. The love between a man and a woman. Of the loving, like, and I think of like my parents. My parents were not Hare Krishnas. My parents were, they were born in the 20s and 30s, right? So they're like from that generation, right? Like all of, I don't know what, maybe some of your grandparents are that old, but that's my parents' generation. So they weren't Hare Krishnas. They had a loving relationship. My mother and father, they loved each other. They cared for each other. They were married for almost 60-something years. Like 59 years my parents were married, so something like that. And they loved each other very much, and they were together the whole time. And my mother was handicapped, so my dad had to take care of my mother, especially when she got really older, right before she passed away. That's a loving relationship. That's a loving relationship. That's something that they can't understand. They cannot understand that. Look, the picture of them is a guy with his hand, oh, I'm in a relationship. And then she's over there in the back. She's all pissed off, and they're all angry. No, that's what you did to these people that were totally in love or fine. And then you came along, and now that's the woman in the back that's worried about her connection with Krishna. And this is the boyfriend up here who's going, what the fuck did my girlfriend get into? I can't deal with this Krishna shit. That's what this picture is. That's what this picture is. He's going, what the fuck is she talking about? And she's over there going, it says in the book here, Prabhupada says in chapter 5, dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. That's exactly what's going on in that picture. I hate this cult, man. I hate this cult. What did she say? How did I click? Radha Dasi said, we have been roaming for millions of lifetimes, mating like animals. She is married, but she wants to keep all monks and everyone around celibate. Yeah, just like Prabhupada. Disgusting religion. All young people trying to join it will end up single and old. I really feel bad. I really feel bad for the post. Whoever wrote that post in the Hare Krishna thing. It's so sad. They just ruined her. They ruined this. They ruined their relationship. And probably when she first got that book, they probably told her, hey, here's a book about yoga and a book about it. And they told her, you know, you chant and be happy. All you got to do is just chant and be happy. And she probably was. The first couple of weeks, she was probably just like, oh, yeah. And then maybe chanting a little bit, maybe going to the temple, and everything was cool. But then as soon as she started getting into it, finding more about it, it's like, hey, lust. No, you know, 4 regulative principles. You know, all of a sudden, all this stuff comes into play immediately. Oh, well, I thought you just said I don't have to do anything. I can just chant and be happy. Well, yeah, but that's offensive chanting. What you want is you want to get out of the offensive, the nama aparad, and get into nama bas. That's what you want to do. So right now you're in nama aparad. You're committing offenses and you're chanting. So, but you want to move into nama basa where you're not offensive chanting. So to get from offensive chanting to non-offensive chanting, you got to start following regular principles. You got to start there's ecodicy. You got to put the neck beads around your neck. You got to put the tilak on your head. Yeah, there's all this stuff because you got to get out of nam aparad. As long as you're in nam aparad, I know we told you can just chant and be happy, but we didn't really mean it. We didn't really mean it. We didn't really mean it. It's a waste of time. It is. She doesn't realize it, man. Don't you wish you could just reach in there and just grab her and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? This guy loves you. He's trying to be cool with you. He wants you to be happy and everything. And you're just, this is your boyfriend, man. He's like, he didn't do anything. He didn't do a goddamn thing. He's trying to go along with her. He's like, yeah, you want to go to the temple? You can go. I'm going to stay here, but you can go. I'm not stopping you. You want to be happy? You want to put on a sari? You know, it's kind of weird because, you know, we're not in India, but you want to wear a sari? Go ahead. You know, hey, that's fine. You want to become vegetarian? That's fine. I don't care. He's he's doing everything he can. But he doesn't realize it. You know, there's nothing you can do. She's on her way to be a Devi Dasi. Ramananda Roy, a Devi Dasi. I know, I hate this goddamn cult. I hate it too. And seeing this in real time, it hit me. There's nothing I can do, but it just, It was like when this guy came in the chat and he's like, hey, I wish I'd caught your video sooner because my brother got a book and now he's brainwashed nut. Nothing you can do. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is almost worse. It's like, and you know, she'll keep posting. We're gonna see this whole thing. She's gonna be like, I broke up with my boyfriend. I moved into the temple, and I'm getting married. I mean, it's gonna be a progression. You know, fucking hypocrites, all of them, man. This is insane. The way they preach this as a lifestyle and not a religion. You know, yeah, it's not. Oh, we're not a religion, man. This is Sanatana Dharma. It's this and it's that. It's the eternal religion. It's your eternal position. It's Sanatana. It's Varnashram. It's not Hinduism, man. It's not a religion. This is 10,000 year golden age. It's a 10,000 year golden age of Lord Chaitanya, and my books will be the law books for the next 10,000 years. But it's not a cult, and I'm not a cult leader. Even though I say my books will be the law books for the next 10,000 years, and my books, I talk like a cult leader, but it's not a cult. Prabhupada books are simply his inability to function as a man living in India. He can't be a man, he can't be a good father, he can't be a family man, basically, because he joined a cult. He joined a cult when he was a little kid, he when he was in college, he was doing fine. Prabhupada was doing fine till he joined this cult. He was already married. He married the 11-year-old girl. He was 22 years old. He dropped out of college and he met Bhakti Siddhanta and dropped out of college, or didn't get his whatever it is. He didn't get his degree. So you could say, well, he rejected it, whatever. He according to the school, he dropped out because he didn't graduate. So you can spin it however you want. You can spin it however the fuck you want. He dropped out because he didn't go and finish and get his degree. So he joined a cult, just like his disciples. He joined a cult, dropped out of college, decided he was going to be a Hare Krishna, and his wife is like, "What the hell are you doing? Writing books and think you think you're a preacher? You raped me when I was 11 years old. What are you talking about? You're a holy man." She saw through the whole. She saw through the scam from the very beginning. He failed at everything. He failed at his chemistry business. He failed at being a pharmacist. He failed at making his toothpaste and his liniment, whatever his whatever his stuff that he made. He failed at that. He failed at being a snake oil salesman is basically what he did. He failed at being a snake oil salesman. So then he turned to carnival barking as a self-proclaimed guru. That's all he did. And he wrote some books. He claimed to be a scholar. He claimed to be Bhaktivedanta Swami. Why? Because some other cult members decided to give you a cult name. Now you're somebody? I'm Sri Mukunda. What am I? I'm Jai Shri 1008 Mahamadu Ramachandra Krishnarani Acharya Vishnu Swami Bhakti Srila Mukunda Mahaguru. So, that's like me running around going, I'm Sri Mukunda. I'm Sri Mukunda. My books are going to be the law books for the next 10,000 years. And people be like, yeah, right. And even if I got a bunch of nuts that followed me and said, yeah, Sri Mukunda's books are good, so what? What, because Hayagriva and Kirtanananda and Brahmananda and Gargamuni and Jadharani were following him around thinking he was the greatest thing that ever walked the earth? I got to think that? Fucking nuts. Get nuts, man. Couples get split up once they join. They force the man to take couples. Couples get split up once they join. They force the man to take. They do. I can't argue with that. Either they either force them to do it, or they talk them into it, or the books talk them into it, or their ego talks them into it, or their narcissism talks them into it. But yeah, that's and that's why it's a failure. These guys are not qualified to do this stuff. I mean, nobody's really qualified. I mean, it's not like somebody is naturally a swami. I mean, this is not, some people can play the game better than others, and these guys can't play the game. Yes, many do. Sad, and these young men sometimes go crazy. They do. They go crazy. They either go crazy with sex, or they go crazy with delusions, and they go crazy with whatever. But cults cause mental illness. You can't tell me these people in this cult, like this girl, she wasn't mentally ill, but now she came in contact with the Hare Krishnas. Her whole life is upside down. She's frustrated. She's confused. She doesn't know to break up with her boyfriend. She doesn't know what to do. Why does she want to break up with her boyfriend? Why is she having issues with her boyfriend? Why is she feeling frustrated and confused? She didn't feel that way before. It is so sad. What does the saffron do? The saffron lets people know that you hate women. That's what it does. It makes them feel holier because they hate women. That's it. I'm being honest with you. I'm like, I ain't gonna polish that turd. That's what it is. 34-year-old Prema Pradeep Das, the famous brahmachari in Radhakunj who fell in love with a girl in the temple, he publicly rejected, saying he chooses his guru over her. The man just ruined his life, ruined both their lives. I mean, both their lives. Because how do these guys? It's so ridiculous, man. And that pisses me off too. These guys are faking it, and then they fall down like this Trivikram. This Trivikram, he's faking it, and he falls down publicly with this woman, and then he doesn't know if he's going to marry her. He's going to start this ashram. He went through this whole bullshit about, I want to start a marriage ashram, and I'm going to do like I got caught with this woman, so now I'm just going to cover it up and just say that I want to get married and I want to do this marriage thing and I'm going to have a marriage building, whatever it is, right? Kind of like covering up his bullshit with this marriage thing. And then that just fizzled out. He's like, I don't want to marry this one. I'm 84 years old. What am I going to marry? What am I getting married for? I guess he came to his senses about that, but I'm not saying senses like I'm being inconsiderate to the woman. I'm just saying in the scheme of everything, this is friggin' insane. But he decided, I don't want to marry this woman because I'm 84 years old and she's 35, and it's already bad enough that I had sex with her, and now I'm going to like pretend to marry her. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's a shitty thing all the way around. He ruins her life, his life's ruined, her life's ruined for this stupid cult. Drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Even Indian girls in India do not put on saris. They mostly wear t-shirts and jeans or kurtas with pants. This guy is just trying its best to peddle a holier than thou attitude in everyone. Well, yeah, it's the uniform, it's the conformity. It's taking away their identity. You can't like that girl said in that video, it was very revealing. She said, she had long hair and she became in New Zealand. And then she cut her hair like short, like a very man style short haircut. And they started treating her different. And they had an attitude with her, and she saw it right away. It's like, you can't be different. You can't have a different hairstyle. You got to have long hair and ponytails and braided, either one in the back or two, or you wear it up or however. You can't just cut your hair off. Who told you you could do that? That's what they're thinking. Like, who told you could do that? Who are you? You can't just do that. And that's exactly how they treated her. It's friggin' insanity. It really is. It's insanity. Get a little bit more of this.
That is the very seed of renunciation, the real spiritual detachment. You are the soul, not this body. You were never made to taste bad-smelling tongues or sweaty bodies. You were made for Krishna Prema, a pure, eternal love.
So when they talk about love, it's just tasting sweaty bodies and smelling stinky this and that. Well, why are you talking like that when I have to wash Prabhupada's stinky feet or my guru's stinky feet and then drink the water or whatever? And why aren't they talking about love in a loving way? Instead of, to them, love is just kissing a stinky mouth or putting your lips on other side. They want to describe it just the most disgusting way they can, instead of saying, in exchanging emotional feelings of emotion with another person that you love, and you exchange those emotions and whatever, right? They can't even comprehend that idea, that a man would have those feelings for a woman. Why would a man have those feelings for a woman? Why would you care about her and love her and get emotionally attached to this woman that is nothing more? It's just a big stinky bag of pus and flesh and stool and urine and blood and bones and That's what they can't get. They can't go beyond that unless, of course, it's Indra Yumna Swami rubbing his hands all over some little girl somewhere. Then he's able to he's able to not look at her as a stinky bag of bones and whatever when he's got all his girls around him. Then that's somehow he's able to do. I don't know how. I guess because he's a Swami, he's able to do all of that. Good for him. Amazing, it is. I'm doing so. I'm trying to do something. We're all trying to do something. I think we're all doing a little something. Yeah. So saffron is the orange color robes they put on the celibate monks. Celibate monks is another term for a woman-hating, cosplaying monk. Woman-hating, cosplaying freak. That's what I call it. To them, wearing that color is very respectable and high in their hierarchy. Yes, because it says, "I reject women." They bless the man who rejects women. Yes, they feel very special when they put on orange, because it shows that they hate women. It shows that they hate women. They put their woman-hating clothes. Yeah, my videos will be the law for the next 100,000 years. There's the insanity that this Aboy Charan Aboy Charan Day thought that he was the Pope of the world, and his books are going to be the law books for the next 10,000 years, and everyone's going to surrender to him, and he's going to build all these temples, and everyone's going to flock to his temple. Oh man, what a nut! What a friggin' nut! And then they got these people that follow him. Basically, they became nut. Every single one of them, man. A spiritual narcissist, absolutely, man. The guy thought he was. Oh, no. Well, the saffron they put in. Sometimes they put the saffron in. Sometimes they cook with it. Sometimes they cook with it, and in the sweet rice or something, they'll put some saffron in the cooking. But the saffron is the orange color robes that they wear. Sri Mukunda Das. Yeah, it's me. Hey, that's me, man. Prema Pradeep Das is a fraudulent monk. He is despicable for rejecting her in public and treating her like a criminal in front of leaders. Yeah, these guys, and somehow they feel like if they can do that and really degrade a woman or something, kind of like how Trivikram does. I don't know. They like that. I don't know. It's weird. Like, you would think that, I don't know. You would think that if Trivikram or any of these guys, they felt bad about how they treat women like that, they would go away and they would be like, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Why don't they feel shame? They go to the penalty box. Why don't they feel ashamed? They don't feel ashamed at all. They just run to some temple and just act like nothing happened. They're just brainwashed. They're so high on their. These stories are very common in all the temples. They're just like, man. No. No getting good rice, man. Real men will be true to themselves, nor fake it till they make it. Let's speak it. And I feel like I was true to myself. I was as true as I could be and still be in this cult, because there's just certain things that I just had to think about. Negroes or whatever. I just could not go. I could not get down with that, and I kept it to myself, because if you speak out, then hey, you're operatic. But like hating women and rejecting my family and thinking of my friends and family as like meat eaters and this and that. I never went that far. I was fully Hare Krishna. I mean, I was fully into it, but I mean, there's certain things that I just kept like. I never hated homosexuals or think that it was like what Prabhupada says. You know, I never went that far with it. You know, certain things I just, you know, women have small brains or less intelligent. I just, you know, I don't know if I really went ever. You know, like I said, I never spoke out and said, hey, you know, I kept everything to myself. But you know, did I ever go along with that? No, because I knew probably the moon landing. I knew that there was now the demon head eating the moon. You know, I have to say that you know, I was probably on the fence with that because I was into that. Like, okay, there's spiritual stuff that we can't see. There's, you know, demigods could show up. You know, if Vishnu could appear, and I wouldn't know that he's here. I can't see him, so I could accept that. I could accept that idea, like, you know, ghost or something. I could accept that the demigod. Maybe I can't see the demigods, so maybe I can't see Rahu's demon head eating the moon. But I knew we went to the moon. I knew we landed on it. So it was, you know, there was things going on in the head, and I think that that's probably why once I got to that Rubicon, to that, you know, the Tattva Darshan thing, I was just like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm out of here. I was just like, I beat feet. I beat feet out of there. I was like, and it was, I was good with it. I was good with it, and I think that's why. Justice for little girls, man. Yeah, justice for little girls. Absolutely, absolutely. Got to go. Keep up the good work. Hey, yeah. Hey, thanks. Don't forget to hit the like and share this live, everyone. This channel deserves way more subscribers and recognition. Let's spread awareness of this evil cult. Yeah, I agree. Let's spread awareness of this evil cult, man. Absolutely. What a crazy world we all lived in. Painful memories. Absolutely, man. Painful memories. And I remember, and I got to tell you, for all you Hare Krishnas out there that are watching, and you're in it, and you're having thoughts, and you're confused. You might be like this lady, you know, and she's confused, and she's not sure, and all that. We all were there. We were all having our moment. You know what they call it, the dark night of the soul, right? You get to like your lowest point where you're like, and I know I did. I know I got to that dark night of the soul where I was just like, man, I'm in this thing, and I want to get out, and I got to get out, and it's not going to be easy. And it was like, and I had like, it was like I had sunk as far down as I could go, and then I started leaving. I mean, I actually leaving, moving my stuff out, physically moving things out and going. So it's not, I know it's not easy. We all know it's not easy. It's not easy. It is not easy. And we all have those painful memories. That was probably one of the hardest times of my life was leaving this cult, was getting out, you know? And so we know what it's like. And again, if anybody out there is having problems and thoughts, you can text me, you send me a message, email on my page here. Where is it? You can visit me at itsmikesandoval.com right there. Absolutely. So this video is just more of the same. It goes on and on about
that never rots, stinks, or dies. Bhagavad Gita reminds us the soul is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. It is not slain when the body is slain. That's why deep down you feel restless. Your soul wants something real, something beyond
this brainwashing crap. Yeah, that's why you want a relationship with someone or something. Even a dog. Even a dog, you can love a dog and a dog will love you back. It's not hard to understand. It's not hard to understand. So if you can love a dog and a dog can love you back, then a person can fall in love. They can love it. They cannot understand it. They don't want to understand. Each and every dummy who takes saffron is fake as it gets. They are, man. They are. They absolutely. And every day it becomes more and more real to me how fake and phony and scammy and criminal and evil and sinister this is. And it's just not, it is. It really is. It's evil. I mean, how does this cult, how do these people, I mean, I know it's not one person, but breaking up this person's relationship with her boyfriend, with her in 2 months. She's frustrated, confused. Her boyfriend's got to be frustrated, confused too. Her boyfriend is probably going, I don't know what's going on, man. We were happy, everything was cool, and now she got into this thing. She's reading this book, and now she doesn't want to have sex anymore. She's not eating meat. She's, we can't go out to our favorite restaurant anymore because that's, she don't eat that. She don't eat that food no more. You can't do that. She doesn't want to go to the movies. She doesn't want to do anything I want to do anymore. She's not drinking. We used to go to the bar and have a few drinks. That was always fun. That was our fun night out. We'd go out and we'd go to this bar down here, and then she don't want to do that no more. And I like doing that. That was fun. All the things that they would do together that they're not doing together no more because she don't want to do it. Remember we used to go to the park and feed the ducks I don't want to go do that. I want to go to the temple. Remember we used to go for bike rides and go to I don't want to do that. Yeah, hey, I don't want to advertise. I don't want to, if you want to watch a really funny movie, at least I think it's funny. If you want to watch a really funny movie, go check out my movie on YouTube. So it's just more of this. I'm gonna end it here. I've seen enough of this video, like I always do. I was gonna do this thing about. Well, let me see. I do have. Ain't nothing but heaven. So here's a conversation that this is a conversation that Prabhupada's having with his devotees, and I guess he's giving them a tour of his old place where he used to live in New York. So they're walking around, and so Tamal says, "You took all your things and went away," and Prabhupada says, "Yes, I kept with Mukunda." And Tamal says, "And that boy was keeping meat in his refrigerator?" Prabhupada says, "No, that is another boy, Jurgens." Tamal, "John Jurgens?" Prabhupada, "He's black." Tamal, "You were staying with him?" Prabhupada, "Yes." Tamal, "Wow, your godbrothers could never believe this." Devotee, "So at that time, did you not think that anyone would accept your philosophy?" Prabhupada, I was certain. At the beginning I was. Rameshwar, Prabhupada was certain that they would accept. Rameshwar is such a suck-up. Tamal, "I think, Prabhupada, that your exploits here are no less great than Lord Chaitanya going into the Jharikanda forest and making the animals dance." Prabhupada, "Yes." Oh, these guys are just... Tamal, "You are no less great than Lord Chaitanya making the animals dance." He does say something here about marriage, but I'm gonna skip it because I can't find it. I can't find it. He does say he has a lot of things to say about marriage, so you can just go and you can go to the Veda base and you can type in marriage, and all of these things will pop up, and just start reading. Start reading what he says about marriage. You'll be surprised. I do want to show. I do want to show this. I thought this was funny. This is our friend um, Guru Hari Das, this guy. So I wanted to see what he was doing, if I could catch him talking about anything, and so I put it on, and he's doing this, and he's doing this. Let me see where I get it. Oh my god, this is too funny. So he's just like, my evil twin is back. Uh, so he's just Nityananda. He's just he is just like snot Ananda. He cannot chant without just blasting these snot rockets. I guess he does. I guess that's his thing, because I think every time I've seen him do his thing, he is blowing his nose. He's always blowing his nose. I think maybe he's got like he might need to see a doctor about it. I don't know. But he was chanting, and he was acting crazy. Here here he is again with Hot Lips. Let's check out Hot Lips.
we need our best friend, see, to help us and stay clean, purified. Otherwise, it all goes to pot. Literally, everybody goes to pot or some other drug. The worst, you know what the worst drug is? The false ego. Name, fame, pride. Lord Chaitanya said, I'm going to give to the humble people
Oh, she just got up and left.
Love of Krishna. But to those who are intoxicated, those who are drugged on learning, scholarship, thinking they're so smart. They know all about bhakti, like Balaram, right? Oh, I know what Prabhupada wants. He wants Krishna to wake up. We're just here to give you the good news, the progressive message. He wants the Lord to wake up in our hearts so that we can know that our best friend's been staying with us.
God, I can't take it. I can't. I can't take it.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Oh, talk about blathering. He blathers about anything and everything. But he's no different. One of the main reasons I want to show him is that he's no different. For some reason, he seems goofier and more out there than any. But they're not. They're all the same. They're all the same. If he had, if he was dressed in an orange outfit and he had tilak on and was sitting on a low vyasasana and his bead bag, and he was in a, he'd be you wouldn't be able to tell him any difference from him and any of these other ISKCON guys. He's saying the same shit. He's preaching the same shit. He's just a little bit more informal, but it's the exact same shit, and he just doesn't look like it. He doesn't look like a swami or a guru, because he's not dressed like one. So he comes across a little bit more, because of his informal language and his black T-shirt, his hipster T-shirt. We tend to, he comes off a certain way, and ISKCONs are like the opposite. but they're the same. They're the exact same. Because they're trying to get the exact same results he wants. So they just tell him the same thing. The Krishna Prem and this and that and blah, 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 blah. He is no different than any of these other guys. Then let's say like these guys. Let me run this one real quick.
We go to somebody's house and they tell, and I want to drink water, and I just tell them, and I just open the tap and try to drink water. Somebody from the back, hey, don't drink like that, filter it and drink. Similarly, as ISKCON, we should also be able to tell this. No, it's a fact. It's a big institution. It's a big organization. When somebody is
there is a systemic error in this situation.
So my point is, these guys are the same. These guys are no different than Gorahari. It's the same crap, same bullshit. Just that they're dressed, they're cosplaying. They're cosplaying better than he is. They're cosplaying better than he is. So, but I don't know. I don't know who I respect more, him for not cosplaying in the outfit and just being this hipster guru in his black T-shirt, because they're saying the exact same thing. There's absolutely no difference in what they're saying. No difference in what they're saying. It's just he looks the way he looks. These guys look the way they look. That's the only difference. And so I don't know if I respect Gorahari more because he's just wearing a cool T-shirt, black T-shirt, and he doesn't have the stuff on his head, and he's got his Brahmin thread, but he's but he's not going full Monty with this here like these jokers are. So I don't know. I don't know. And one part of me says, yeah, he's better. But then the other part of me says, hey, if you're going to cosplay and you don't cosplay correctly, then you got to get minus points for that. You got to get docked points for that if you're trying to cosplay as a guru and you can't even look like a guru. So that's why I'm up in the air about Gorahari. I don't know. I don't know if I like the casual guru, casual Ananda, or not. Systemic error justification board. Systemic error correction board. Yeah, that's funny, man. So, but I want to tell all you Hare Krishnas out there that are watching, that are still in this cult,
just walk away.
Just walk away.
There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
There'll be an end to the horror. You hear him? There'll be an end to the horror, and that's what we want. We want to end. We want an end to the horror, man. We don't want to see kids. We don't want to see kids molested, women abused. But not only women abused, but look how this cult is breaking up this relationship in 2 months. I mean, she can't just go to the temple and just be a Hare Krishna and not have to go through all this mental bullshit with her boyfriend. Like, he was willing to let her go. Like, you can go do whatever you want. It's not for me, but if that's what you want to do, you can do it. And that's not good enough. They gotta break these people up with this bullshit about lust and no sex and regular. I mean, it's completely destructive. It just destroyed a relationship that didn't need to be destroyed. It just destroyed a whole. She's trying to be happy, now she's confused and frustrated. This is friggin' disgusting. It's friggin' disgusting. And it's just that simple. That simple. Neither one knew what they were getting into. Neither one of them knew what they were getting into. She didn't know that this thing was going to make her hate her boyfriend, and the boyfriend didn't know that this thing was going to make her hate her boyfriend either. Like, neither one knew what was going on. And now here they are. like that couple with the chick in the background and the guy's like, oh shit, you know, that's what this thing does. That's what this cult does, and it abuses children and molests little children, turns people into pedophiles, all of that. But that'll be another show. That'll be another show. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching today, man. And I thank you for joining in. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Views are going up, subscribers are going up. It's really good. Get these videos out there. More and more people can see them. More people can know what's going on with this cult. There ain't no love in this cult. There ain't no love in this cult. You don't love nothing in this cult except Krishna. So, yeah, what is this? Yeah, man, you Davy Dassies. You get some good rice and maybe some Davy Dassies if you're lucky. If you're lucky, you'll end up with a couple Davy Dassies and a bowl of that good rice, and then you're set. You're set, all right? So, hey, thanks, everybody. Everybody have a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Have some great luck. I'll be back soon. Please stay out of a cult. And for all the new viewers out there, this is me when I used to be a Hare Krishna. Here we go.